You're listening to Community Voice PHL, an award-winning talk show that informs, engages, and inspires. Hey, thanks again for tuning in to Community Voice PHL Talk Show on WPPM LP 106.5. Community Voice is a award-winning talk show that highlights the value-based programs and services that people are doing all across the nation and even right here in the tri-state area. We have engaging interviews with inspiring people who will encourage you to build caring and prosperous communities. So thanks again for tuning in to Community Voice PHL, a show that informs, engages, and inspires. As always, we're excited to be on the air with you to share with you all the great and amazing things that is happening. Again, like I said, in the tri-state area, and often we get guests who stretch beyond the tri-state and come from other parts of the nation. So we're always excited. And of course, we've been doing our Smart Start series to get everyone off to a smart start in 2026. We've had some amazing guests. We've had Yoga Den. He came in to talk about yoga and fitness. And then we had Coach Steve last week talking about the importance of nutrition and wellness. Had Nicole Layton talking about and I know this one probably, not even probably, I know there's several emails that we received based on the weather. Nicole Layton talked about seasonal affective disorder. And I know this snow kind of hit all of us in a way that made us feel a certain way. Because I know me, I'm not a warm weather guy. And anybody who knows me know I'm not. So, this had me a little grumpy, little grumpy and lazy. How about that? But Nicole Layton did talk about the seasonal affective disorder and the seriousness of that and how it hits us, not just in the wintertime, but even throughout other seasons. And then we had Seth Rothman. He came on and talked about stacking habits. And I share with you all that because, again, if you're an avid follower of us, thank you for listening. But if you haven't, just go back and listen to some of those previous episodes because it'll help you to get your year off to a smart start. And also, each one of those guests had the opportunity to share with us some golden nuggets that'll, go beyond just the start of the year and hopefully be able to help enrich and enhance our lives as well. So we're going to continue. I know we generally end our Smart Start series in January, but the exciting guest that we have on today, I want to extend it just couple more weeks into February because I really believe this current guest is going to inspire us and just challenge us and push us to a place of success that we all know that we can be. So I'm excited about the guest that we're going to have on today. But I'm also excited to have on the show a colleague whose voice many of you will know once he jumps back on the mic. We're trying to arrange his camera so that he can be on camera as well. Isaac Patterson, thanks for being back on Community Voice, my brother.
Absolutely. I am very happy to be back in the studio, happy to be back just in the presence of the type of show, Community Voice, that we have and everything, and happy to talk to so many amazing people. I was on Community Voice back when we originally launched this program. I believe it was either 2019 or 2020. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's further than that, bro.
2018,
17.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I like to think that I am younger than I actually am, and then like when we go further back, it just adds more gray hairs to mine. So I refuse to believe that, but yeah, it was.
Refuse to believe.
Back in 2018, talking to so many 17, so many amazing people, amazing guests that we've had on over the years. Stepped away for a little bit, and I'm happy to be back on the show. Happy to be back talking to amazing like our guests that we're going to have on very, very shortly. And I'm just happy to be back on the airways. Man.
Yeah. So now that we also have the podcast, a YouTube channel, we gotta figure out how to get you on the
oh yeah. Please get me back on, man. The light skin in me has to be seen. Well, okay? I can't just be heard anymore.
Yeah, we will take care of that. So we will make sure the light skin in you has all that you need to be on the camera. But listen, also part of what we're doing here, we're acknowledging the 250th celebration of our nation, and of course Philadelphia being the birthplace of our nation. We're going to have a lot of celebrations taking place in Philadelphia. And what we've been doing every week on Community Voice, we've been going over some Philadelphia first. Share with you the first professional basketball league actually started in Philadelphia. And some of, I got emails about that and people were trying to say it wasn't, but it really was the first basketball league. It wasn't the NBA. It was a National Basketball League, which was the progenitor of the NBA, but it started in Philadelphia. So the first basketball league. So I say that because I want to share with you some Philadelphia first before we jump into our segment with our amazing guest and really want to get into that conversation. But two Philadelphia first I wanted to share with you. One, many of you may already know. Mother Bethel. Mother Bethel First African American Methodist Church was the first African American Methodist church established in the nation by Richard Allen in 1794. And again, many of you may be familiar with that, but I just wanted to honor that in the space of course Black history, in the space of understanding that that was the first African American Methodist Episcopal Church in the nation by Richard Allen in 1794. They're located at 419 6th Street. So, if you want to go out and check out that historical institution, and also if you're in that faith-based denomination, go in and join them in worship. Mother Bethel, First American Methodist Episcopal Church, the first one in the nation in 1794.
Yes, Richard Allen was a former slave that basically earned his freedom and everything, and then founded the church after that. And my family's been a part of that for a long time. My grandfather pastored at Mother Bethel.
There you go. Another nugget, another first. How about that? And another first is the first flower show. 1829 was right here in Philadelphia in the convention center. Not the same convention center that where it's located now, but it was the previous convention center. Where was the previous convention center at? Do you know?
No,
No, neither do I. But it's not the one that was where it's at now, but it was the previous convention center in Philadelphia. But the first flower show was 1829. And speaking of the flower show, for those who do love to enjoy that event, it's coming up March the 7th. So on March the 7th, you can take in the Philadelphia Flower Show. It'll be extended for quite some time after March the 7th. But just know that the first flower show in the nation was here in Philadelphia. So just wanted to share through those two Philadelphia first. And if you happen to have any Philadelphia first that you think our listening and viewing audience would like to, gleam on those nuggets and take part in, please send us an email to communityvoicephl@gmail.com. And or if you have comments about this episode or any of our other previous episodes, hit us up at that same email, communityvoicephl@gmail.com. And also follow us on Instagram at communityvoicephl, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Apple Podcasts under the name Community Voice PHL Talk Show. We would love to have your subscription to those platforms and love to hear your comments and views about what we are doing to make a beautiful and prosperous community here in Philadelphia and even across the nation. So without further ado, though, I'd like to bring onto the show Dr. Nia Imani Bailey. Now, I could read this bio. This is one of those folk that when you read the bio, you like,
She had a lot of letters next to her name.
And not just that, she had a lot of work that backed up those letters to show that she is really doing that thing. She's a creator of A Letter to My Sisters, breast cancer which is a breast cancer documentary for young women, and A Letter to My Sisters, the Erica Jo Robinson story. She's the author of Love Thy Neighbor, president of Agape Finding Your Purpose Incorporation, Your Faith, and Incorporating Your Faith, and which is a nonprofit organization. She's the president of the Bird Cancer Education Advocacy Foundation, and she is just one bad sister doing all the great things. So I'd like to bring on to Community Voice, Dr. Nia Imani Bailey. There we go. Okay. We went to the show.
I hear some chuckles. There we go.
Yeah, I know. She being shy now. She
Exactly.
Come on. Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah.
See, this is
like. She's trying to let the letters precede herself.
Yeah, I know, Dr. Bailey. I know when we met at the conference, the I Am Influencing conference, and we were on that great panel, had great panel discussions, and you was, dropping all that knowledge and very joyful personality. Now you're gonna big time me now. You're not gonna want to come on this show. I said, listen, I said, Dr. Bailey, you really gonna come and be on the show? She's like, yeah. But she big time. Be like, when I go live, I introduce her, then she don't pop up on the screen. That's fine. That's totally fine.
Don't play with me. The West Philly will come out.
Oh, West Philly, huh? Okay. Well,
yeah, that's the best part of Philadelphia, man. That's
is it the best part?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, hold up, pause real quick. So, with that being said, we want to know, what is your best part of Philadelphia? Send me an email to communityvoicephl@gmail.com. They say it's West Philly. I grew up in Germantown. We're going to see what's the best part of Philly. So, Dr. Bailey, listen, I gave a brief bio about the work that you're doing and all the great accomplishments and the writings and stuff, but that was just a tip of the iceberg. Tell our viewers and listeners really a little bit more about the work you do. Then we're going to get into a conversation of transforming grief into purpose.
I just help people. So first of all, thank you so much for having me on your amazing award-winning show. I feel so honored and blessed. But I just help people, whether that's the Bird Cancer Foundation, helping those who have cancer get to the resources and tools that they need, whether that's Agape and helping those who are unhoused and they need food and resources and housing, whether it's in the children's book that I have teaching kindness, whether it's the breast cancer documentaries talking about breast cancer and educating the community about breast cancer or cancer in general, whatever it is, I'm just helping people get to their best self.
So in helping people get to their best self, what does that look like from the aspect of, like, you do a lot of work with healing from grief. What does that look like?
It looks like seeing the full person. So in regard to cancer, so you meet somebody who has cancer and it goes from a curative phase to a palliative phase. So it's not curative anymore. And you see the whole person, you talk to them and really figure out what's going on in their mind mentally, and how just to deal with the fact that their cancer is not curative. I've lost a lot of people in my life to cancer, and that is the driving force to why I'm not only a radiation therapist treating cancer, but why I created the foundation so that we can take the sting out of cancer. I don't think we can prevent it, but we can definitely get it to a chronic stage. So hopefully when somebody gets diagnosed with it, they're not saying, oh my goodness, I'm going to die from it. So just remove that sting from it. Oh, I see him. You got him on camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
You see me now?
His light-skinned self.
Oh man, you see me now? Oh man.
So,
okay, I was not prepared for that.
Yeah. See, so
Smile
and in sharing
I don't know where the camera's at.
don't worry about it. It's on you. So in sharing that part of the journey, it touches on a lot of aspects of emotions and healing, but that transformation to that healing is part of that physical and emotional healing as well.
Absolutely. They're intertwined. You know, what you're going through internally is what is shown outside of your body physically. So it's totally intertwined. You have to heal both. You can't just focus on one or the other. You have to heal both.
So, in terms of some other personal things I wanted to ask you about, in terms of like the journey behind your accreditations, or like the letters that you got behind your name. I always make jokes about saying that it's letters that you got behind your name, but I wanted to know more about what they mean, what they mean to you, how you got them, and what it was like going through and achieving that. Because a lot of people always see the end result, but they don't always see the work that goes into it, or just how deep and meaningful that work was. So explain a little bit about your background and you being the doctor that you are and all the other accreditations that you have.
Great question. So DPA, I have a doctorate in public administration. I received my doctorate at Westchester University during the pandemic. So I was like, I'm over and I'm not doing this anymore, but I kept going and I got it. So I got my bachelor's at Thomas Jefferson University, where I became a radiation therapist. So I took my boards and I got into that field because my dad had prostate cancer. I'm a daddy's girl, so I had to make sure I got in the same field that helped him. And I absolutely love it. I've been doing it right out of school for 11 years. Right out after that, I got my master's at LaSalle University. I studied education with a concentration of bilingual bicultural studies. So I just kept going. And was it easy? No, but I knew that I had a goal and I knew I wanted to show up differently. There's not a lot of Black and brown people in these spaces. And I wanted to make sure that there's representation so that when you go to the doctor's office, specifically in oncology, you see a face like mine. So you know that you're taking care of you, know that I'm going to help you through the process. And not that I'm just there just to get a paycheck. I'm there because I truly care. And so I've known my purpose, I guess, since I was born and throughout this process. So it just kept me going. It wasn't easy at all. I probably said I'm going to give up 13 times, but I got through it.
Oh man, you had 13 reasons, huh?
Yeah.
So a little bit more into like your background, and especially in terms of your documentary that you created, A Letter to My Sisters. How did you get to creating a documentary? What was that? Because that's another title. You're now a director as well, right? So
Yeah,
you're
how
a
about
doctor,
that?
director, all the other things that you even stated. So how did you get to directing a documentary? What was that experience like?
I learned a long time ago that not everybody reads, not everybody listens to lectures and PowerPoints, but most of us like documentaries, most of us like movies. So I felt that was another way to educate our community.
Mhm.
So my friend was like, "You got to do a documentary," and I'm like, "Don't tell me what to do." But but it ended up doing it. And from the documentary, people came away from, maybe I should know my family cancer history and medical history. Maybe I should talk about clinical trials and genetic testing and genetic counseling. Maybe I should know my body. I didn't know men get breast cancer too. It started that conversation that historically we learn off of conversations, and then we get better through conversations, through the right conversations. And so from the documentaries, I interviewed 3 women that had breast cancer. One woman was 29 years old. She was told she was too young for breast cancer, which we know that's a lie. So she told her story of advocacy. The second woman told her story in her native tongue of Spanish. She's like, "I didn't know Mexican women could get breast cancer." Well, yes, y'all can. And she just told her story that she had to pour into not only herself, but into her family as well. And the last woman was a single mother, and she had to tell her story about really focusing on herself so that she can take care of her boys. So in all of this, and the women that I interviewed, the conversation came from breast cancer, you're not too young for breast cancer, and how to advocate for yourself.
That is truly amazing work and everything. My grandmother actually had breast cancer, and she actually had it twice. So first time she had it was back a little bit after my dad was born, and then she actually had I think it's a mastectomy, where she had one breast removed, and then it came back towards like the towards the end of her life, and that's what ended up ultimately she ended up succumbing to. But there was never one thing that you're helping me realize in like my journey through the knowledge that my grandmother had breast cancer, um and then like learning when it came back what it was and everything. There was never a conversation about uh uh how we're at risk, how we can heal from stuff like that, like how she was able to heal, what she did to heal, and then like how to take care of that after the fact. I think that once she healed from it after the mastectomy and everything, she was like, that's it.
Right.
And I remember like it was to the point where like my grandmother literally never drank water. Like she would always drink Crystal Light. That was the most you would get out of her in terms of water and all that. And I always wondered about like the general, because that was because she thought that she was healed and that she was good and that she never had to worry about it again. Then it came back.
Yeah.
And it's not just the women need to be able to get out there and get diagnosed and get those screenings and all that kind of stuff, the importance of that, but also the importance of pretty much them maintaining their health after the fact, after they're able to catch it, fight it, beat it, and all that.
Is that a missing part, Dr. Bailey? The educational part, not for everyone, in that space of understanding breast cancer.
Absolutely. And like you said, women, but men too. My mom's uncle Bobby passed of breast cancer. And so men typically don't think, oh, I can get breast cancer. Or the fact that your grandmother had breast cancer. Did your dad get, and I'm not shaming, I'm just asking.
Oh, yeah.
Did your dad get genetic testing to see?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. And then
my dad has the black man persona in terms of going to the hospital. So like he don't go to hospitals like that.
Right. And we've, as a community, we've experienced medical apartheid. We understand, right? But that we have to push through that fear, because if not, by the time that black men go to the hospital, we're planning your funeral. We want, and as black women, we have to say, we care about you, black men. You don't have to put that strong whatever down. Yes, you're still strong. Yes, you have the crown, but I'm gonna need for you to go to the doctor. I'm gonna need for you to get your PSA done. I'm gonna need for you to do all the things so that we can be a family together. So those things are so important.
And is that a stronger conversation with men and having them understand that this is one of the health things that they should have looked at as well?
Absolutely, because the stigma between, especially like prostate cancer, and there's something called a digital rectal exam, and most men are like, I'm not going to have whatever. But do you want to be alive? Do you want to be here for your children? Do you, right?
Right.
That was a
So-
Super Bowl commercial. They talking about you don't have to have that actually anymore. They had a bunch of tight ends in the commercial.
Yeah.
In football and all that. So they had like Travis Kelce and all of them literally talking about tight ends, how they can relax, so they don't have to have that type of invasive thing happening anymore. And I think that just general conversations around men's health needs to be destigmatized more often, just as much as it's destigmatized with women.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that we're bringing out the true understanding of what cancer is, and particularly breast cancer, and how it's not really gender specific. But as we talk about, the sisters that you're helping to heal, we really have to make sure, I say we, meaning men, myself, have to make sure we understand what that journey is like. So talk a little bit about what that journey is like, for as if you're talking to the brothers.
The journey is like no other for a woman who gets diagnosed with breast cancer. Whether the woman felt her lump and then she sought help, or the woman that went to a routine screening, and now she's in a situation that she never thought that she was in. She is talking to a medical oncologist about potentially getting chemo that is going to change her physical appearance and internal appearance. She may lose her hair. Her nails are going to look different. Her face is going to look different. Her GI tract may be affected. We're talking about surgery, whether you're going to have a lumpectomy, the lump is removed, or a mastectomy where your breast tissue is removed, or a double mastectomy, whether you want to just keep that and be flat chested, or you will have reconstruction and have expanders and have your breasts expanded to potentially have expanders in there after the treatment so that you can have tissue again. Or if you're going to get radiation and deal with the radiation side effects. Mentally, what you're going through. And most women tell me it's not necessarily the diagnosis or the treatment, but it's the survivorship piece. People think, once you ring the bell, once you're done with the doctor's visits, people say, oh, you're good. Well, no, that's really when it just begins. It's kind of like when somebody passes away. People are there for you in the beginning.
Yeah.
You're there at the funeral.
Yeah.
The casket goes down, and then everybody goes back to their lives. The same thing in survivorship. People are rallying you, I'll bring you food, I'll do all these things. And as soon as you ring that bell, they're back to their lives and they forget about you. So that's that major piece where the women and men, but women to your question, need that support. How are you really feeling? Because jobs forget about that. They think, well, you're fine now, but no, I need to follow up with my doctor. No, I'm tired.
Right.
Your grandma's point about crystal light. No, I really need to focus on my wellness. I'm not going to be stressing anymore because that can increase the recurrence,
Yeah, that's powerful, because you mentioned, like once the bell is rung, they think the fight is over, right? But it's an ongoing thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's the, remission, and then there's, when it coming back. And so, yeah, that's powerful. So I know we only got a couple minutes left. My God, you just digging into some great stuff here. Definitely got to have you back on to continue this conversation. But what are your ways that you can share with our listeners and viewers how we can be more informed, aware, or advocate in this space to help our sisters do this journey? Because I know that you have a wealth of knowledge and ways that you can just give us that information.
Absolutely. So both men and women, know your body, what it looks like what it feels like in the shower, what it looks like in the mirror. Men, you have breast tissue too. It's not as pronounced as women, but I'm going to tell you an acronym of how to reduce your risk of breast cancer for men and women. Women, breastfeed for about a year. So that's B. R, reduce your sugary and alcohol intake. When you binge drink, that increases your risk of cancer. E, exercise for about 30 minutes a day. N, eat nutritious foods. You want to make sure that your plate is colorful. D, do not smoke, do not vape, do not hookah. Okay.
Taking on all the party.
Well, let me tell you, you can have fun and not be destructive. I don't know why we as a culture feel like in order to have fun, we have to be destructive. But
True indeed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And A, achieve a healthy body weight for you. So the acronym of Brenda supports reducing the risk of cancer. So remember, Brenda, advocate for yourself, and know your body.
Absolutely.
Amen.
You have some things coming up, actually, some upcoming events that you had going on. I saw that you had like a 5K and stuff like that happening. Talk about some of the upcoming events that you have before we go.
Yes. Okay. So the major one is our third annual All Things Cancer and Wellness Expo, April 18th in Philadelphia, Doubletree, Hilton, Philadelphia. So we'll have free breast cancer screening, free prostate screening, and this is the blood type, not the digital rectal exam. Free skin checks, free cervical HPV checks. What else? We'll have mocktails, we'll have food, we'll have wellness and health vendors, we'll have all of the things. So come here and we're going to support you. We're going to help you on your journey, and we're going to make sure that you get to wellness and health.
And that's when and where again?
April 18th, the Doubletree Hilton Philadelphia Center City. That's on Broad Street, right across the street from the Kimmel Center.
Oh, wow.
That's what's up. And give our viewers and listeners ways that they can reach out to you so that they can take part in this event and just get some more support and understanding from the information that you want to share.
Absolutely. So go to our website, Bird, BYRD, Bird Cancer Foundation, also on all social media platforms, minus TikTok and minus Twitter. Bird Cancer Foundation. And you can find everything that we're doing in the community, all of our talks, all of our expos, all of our walks, and all of our wellness activations.
That's what's up. So we definitely appreciate you for being a guest on the show, and we will have you back.
The mocktails, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it's the light-skinned brother.
I love the mocktails.
We will have you back on. When is the breast cancer awareness month?
October.
October. I was going to say
That's
November.
when all the NFL players got on the pink. Man.
There you go. That's right. That's right. So listen, what I want to do is I want to keep my thumb on the pulse on your calendar and bring you back on, not just during that month, but before that month, because when that month comes around, that's when everybody know about it, right?
Yeah,
they know about it then.
They know about it for the month.
Right. They know about it for the month. So what I would like for you to do is check your calendar in the future, bring you back on, like say September, August, September, get them prepared. So when October comes around, they'll actually know how to step into that space, and they'll also be able to know how to support you. So if that's good with you, Dr. Imani Bailey, if you're not too big time for me, I mean,
keep playing with me. No, I'm about to come to the address where you are right now. Keep playing.
Well, we don't want that smoke. We don't.
Exactly.
We don't want
she about
that.
to Will Smith you for real. Man.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. But again, I don't know if you did, but maybe I interrupted you. How can they reach you again? You may have dropped that information.
birdcancerfoundation.org. My email's on the website, and then all socials, Bird, BYRD Cancer Foundation. You can reach us, you can reach me, and we're here to help you.
That's what's up. So again, appreciate you for being a guest on the show, and we'll be seeing you in the near future. And we'll be supporting you along the way. So thank you, Dr. Bailey.
Thank you both. I appreciate it.
Yes,
you're welcome.
For sure.
Take care. Have a good one.
That was great, man.
So there we go. You back in the books now, man.
Yes, finally. Oh my goodness. That was great. I missed the question. I miss hearing great questions.
Well, it was miss hearing great questions. Yeah. I really appreciate the information that Dr. Bailey shared, because oftentimes we don't realize how the journey still continues. And as she was mentioning, once the bell is rung, the fight still goes on. And so we have to, celebrate the life of the person all throughout their challenge.
Celebrate and sustain the life.
Exactly.
You gotta make sure that they sustain that life. I think about my grandmother with that.
Yeah.
Like she thought that the battle was won. And then it came back.
Yeah.
And the battle was harder when it came back.
It often is. Because people maybe don't know how to understand how to support in that space. Because
it was the support that she had originally had gone away. And it was the further damage that she did to her body because she lapsed in all of the things that she should have kept up with. She stopped drinking water. She stopped working out. She stopped doing so many things. So it was harder to fight when the fight came back.
Yeah.
So there's always like a sequel.
Yeah.
There's always a Rocky 2. And you got to make sure that you stay strong so that you can win in Rocky 2, just like Rocky did.
There you go. And just like all the information that Dr. Imani Bailey shared with us, we're going to have that in the show notes. So if you need to get any of that information, just check out the show notes from this episode and follow us on social media. We mainly land on Instagram at communityvoicephl@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Community Voice PHL Talk Show, and our Apple Podcast. You'll get all that information that you need in terms of the work that Dr. Imani Bailey is doing. And also send us an email to communityvoicephl@gmail.com, and we'll forward that information over to Dr. Bailey so that she can be able to support those who are transforming their grief into purpose and understanding how the journey and the battle continues and how you and we can be advocates in that space. So listen, on behalf of my good friend Isaac Patterson, this is Jeff Jones on Community Voice PHL Talk Show. That's all the time we have this evening. Remember, if it's happening in your community, we need to hear your voice. Peace, and we are out.